Your favorite English news program, 22nd March each year, is Global World Water Day. It is a means of focusing attention on the importance of fresh water and advocating for sustainable management of fresh water resources. The theme this year is Leaving No One Behind. And to discuss about this theme, I have with me in studio Dennis Wasi.
Yes.
Dennis, can you introduce yourself to
viewers? Good evening, sir. I'm Dennis Wasi. I'm a journalist, so I'm so happy once again to be on the panel today with you.
Thank you very much. And on my right, I have Doreen. Doreen, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Then can you introduce yourself?
My name is Doreen T. And
you speak louder because you have one mic for the two of you.
All right, I'm a master's student.
Yes, thank you very much. And Wally, that you know, all viewers know. Well, okay,
I'm
yes.
the president of American Corner and coordinator of the National Debate Championships.
Thank you very much. We are going to talk about water today, water management, and how we can use water in our household. I will begin with Wally, with Dennis.
Yes.
Dennis, well, yesterday was the World Water Day. When we talk about water, what comes to your mind?
Yeah, for sure. Water is a very important thing we have in this life, because we usually say no water, no life.
Yeah.
Because water is very important for our daily or our everyday life that we have in everyone to want to do in this life. We have to use water. So water, we can say that's very important thing, but the safe one can be the better one.
Yes, Doreen, what can you tell us about it?
For me, water is vitality, because it's a very important thing in the life of every human being. We cannot do anything without water. So for me, water is one of the greatest things we can have on this earth.
Wally?
Alex, it doesn't need to be said.
Yes.
whether we say it or not, that is an importance to us. So
yes. So, well, imagine yourself in a country like in the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
Where to get water, you have to look for an oasis.
Yeah.
What will you feel? How will you feel?
First of all, thank you so much for that, because actually that point is the most important one, because at the same time that we have drain here, at the same time that we have also some people at the other side that are suffering with water that we have here for free. And what they have to do, this is, they have to find, I say it is the most important one for them to live. They have to find it. And this is a very big call to some of our leaders to dig very well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The theme for the global or the World Water Day is leaving no one behind.
Yeah.
Leaving no one behind.
Leaving no one behind.
What is the message across that theme?
Yeah, especially the World Water Day 2019 was celebrated, last Friday, 22nd of March, and is a very important day installed by the United Nations, since the year 1994, and it continues celebrated, and yesterday we celebrated, the principle or the main theme of this year especially is leaving no one behind, as you said it. So the topic say, whoever you are, wherever you are, water is your human right. Yeah. That means everybody in this life, have to provide, have to have access, of water, especially a safe one.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. He just said that everyone, wherever you are, you have to have access to fresh water or clean water or pipe-borne water. Who is embedded in that everyone?
Everyone means people from all walks of life. Everyone deserves access to clean water, because it's very important. We cannot live without water.
Yes.
Yeah, we cannot live without water.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if there is someone that can live without that. I don't really know. So
yes,
that's
well. There are some people. We are talking about access to water.
Yeah.
Water is important, but access to it is the problem. We need water.
Yeah.
But how to get access to water is the problem. Some people have to walk for kilometers to go and get the water, to go and get a bucket of water, maybe 5 kilometers, 2 kilometers, even 1 kilometer, even 500 meters. It's a lot of things, a lot of work to do. Now, somebody who is crippled, who is handicapped, or who is a person with special need, how can that person get access to water? Those are some of the things I would like us to really think about.
Yeah, for that, if I'm going to elaborate on that, that's why we have, for example, the United Nations, that's why we have our governments, that's why we have NGOs, to go to those people that are in need. Okay, because in the UN system there is something that we call the unmet need and the unmet demand. This is very important. So because we have the met need, when you meet the met needs people, then that one is doable. For example, if you come to Lome, the first met need people, we are in Lome. When you come to Togo, we are in Lome. But when you go to down inside the country, this becomes a bit difficult. Because first of all, these NGOs, they don't dig to go very deep in order to find the unmet needs. Those people that need, but we don't know they need.
Yeah.
This is very important. And that's why this is the UN system. So this is very important. They need to dig very well to find these unmet need people, and now in order to find solution to them. And these are people like cripples and people that you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Now we come to water management. We are saying that the government is saying today that they are struggling to meet water for all by 2022. So for us to meet that water for all by 2022, we need the best way of managing water. Now we come to water management. How can we manage water in order to make it free to access?
Doreen. Okay, Doreen.
Yes.
First of all, I think we have to protect the waters that we have nowadays. The water resources that are available today, they need to be protected. They need to be stocked well, because we only have what we have nowadays. We don't know about 2030 or 2050. So first of all, let's try to stock, let's create means to protect what we have nowadays before doing other things.
You talk about what to have now. What are some of the resources that we have today that we need to protect?
Sorry?
Some of the resources we have today that we need to protect.
Like the earth, because water comes out of the earth.
Yeah.
Let us protect our grounds, because when the ground is polluted, the water will surely be polluted. Yeah.
So now the little that we have, what are some of the little that we have?
Yeah, for sure. I want to talk especially, about an issue that's very important for me. Is the way that, the factories now are producing water. Because now we can see that there are many factories in Togo, especially in Lome, producing. Just if you have,
what we call pure water.
Yeah.
For
what we call pure water. Yeah, that's why people say that at least when you're, a young entrepreneur, you have to start, by producing pure. That's mean, everyone wanna make it, but it's something, is not,
Yes.
We don't need to encourage, such.
So you say we don't need to encourage it. Is it we talk about the quality or what?
Yeah, this is very important. I was about to come to that. The quality is very important. And if you talk about the quality, it's not something like going to Bebe, so we just see, for example, Vitala is there, so it means it's okay. Yeah. We need to go and hire experts that know very well how these things are done. And if there is the overuse of these medicines or drugs or these chemical instruments or these chemical products, so they know the degree or the level of the use of these chemical products even there. So do we have people, especially like that can go over there and check those things? I'm not sure. And these are the little problem that we have. Because at the same time we are saying, okay, this is an International Day of Water, but the main thing that we should do in order to fight the little that we have, we are not doing it. Yeah. So this is very important.
So, Doreen,
yes,
at home, how can we manage water so that it can be preserved for our future generations?
We should not waste water. Like if you go to some people's home, when they open the tap, there's no measure. It just flows and flows and flows. This is not a good thing at all. So
maybe they think they have money to pay the bills.
Just like that. Water is it's a human right.
Yes.
At some times you have water.
That excess water flowing may serve someone somewhere.
Yes, it can serve someone. So we should not waste this important resource. We should not waste it. Yeah.
I can give, an example of is a current news that we get from TV, for example.
Yes.
That's, you know, the inhabitants of TV, you know, they lack, you know, water. The safe one, you know, so that's why I know that you guys you were aware of, you know, something. So
Yes.
the government, the Togolese government, has to do anything possible in order to satisfy, you know, those population of those people of Chivie.
Yeah, okay, now let's have a report from Kosigle on projects and policies surrounding water management in Togo. This report was from the research made by Kosigle. Let's have the report.
Or our everyday lifetime, water is needed to make man's life on earth interesting. The Togolese government, considering all this, multiply her effort to make water accessible to people for a better development. About 40% of the country have access to water and 50% of the population of Lomé. Project elaborated and implemented by the government to ease populations access to water and control flood, that is water from the rain's destructive effect, are many, and a main one is the Fourth Lake project in Lomé and at Adakpame. A vast project launched by the head of state in 2016 to promote and reinforce the population flood control capacity. Within the second phase of the urban management project of the Togo government, a development and sanitation planning was made some years ago to cover all regional and district capitals. Projects that help better manage urban spaces. Experts declared by 2020-2021, the Sustainable Development Goal 6 on access to water will be attained to about 70%.
Thank you very much, Kosigle, for this short report that summarizes everything on the policies of the government and on the destructive effects of water, the dangers water can cause to our lives. What are some of the dangers that you can think about?
You can start.
All right.
Yes, you just talked
First
about
of all,
flood.
we have
Yes.
health problems. When the water is polluted, diseases will just flow in this country. Like we have cholera, we have malaria, we have a lot of evil diseases that are related from water pollution. So one of the first things are diseases.
You talk about a disease. What about you?
Yeah. Especially, I want to talk about the flood that we see nowadays in our country. First, I can give the example of somewhere not far from the high technical school of Adidogome, the runabout somewhere there. So because we are in the moment of rain, it's raining a lot, so you can see that many people in their various households are suffering from water now because of those flooding. That's been the government once again, and the NGOs that we have in our country, have to help those households.
Yeah.
When we talk about government, because at any time, we have the idea of accusing the government at any kind of time.
Yes.
But we need also to lay emphasis on something. They say, don't always ask yourself what the government can do for you, but ask also yourself what you can do for your government. And this is very important. But we should also, we shouldn't bury our heads in the sand. This is very important. When we talk about pollution, people always have their minds like it's because people go and shit into the water, or people do some things which is very bad. We have some of our rich people actually in this country that are polluting the earth for us, that are polluting water. When you go to Tablibo, where they are extracting this, where they are producing cement, this is all the water that is polluted, and this is having impact on the living people over there. This is very important, and this goes to a lot of villages and a lot of towns that we have the same extraction of Minerals Day. Listen, we have to be responsible. We have to know what we're doing. We shouldn't let our government should not keep quiet. They should be very pragmatic as far as the decision taking and decision making.
Decisions.
Yeah,
because we know Togo is one of the countries with best laws.
Yes,
sure.
But implementing the laws, reinforcing these laws is not what we have to do.
I hope I believe in our government.
When we even come to our areas, our quartiers, you see what used to happen.
So it's what I have just said now.
Just on a small scale. On a small scale.
Sure.
Within our roads, our streets,
that
passes in front of our homes, you see a lot of things happening. So the local council and all people involved should take strict decisions they should reinforce decisions in order to, those are some of the things. So now, we are talking about water. When we talk about water, you come to sanitation also. We are entering into sanitation. So what can you say about sanitation?
About sanitation, I do believe, because there is an irony when it comes to sanitation. I remember when we were young in primary 1 or primary 2, they say, before you eat, wash your hand before you eat. Okay, but when you go back something like 100 years ago, or even 50 years ago, our fathers or our forefathers, they don't usually do that. You see our forefathers, they are in a farm, and the mom will just bring food, you just do something like that, and will start eating without even washing hands. But those people, they've done more than 100 years in this life. We people that are washing hands every time before eating, very difficultly we will attain 70 years ago. Something like when just 50 years you start thinking about death. There is a kind of irony over there. That doesn't mean I don't believe in washing hands before. No, I have my point. It doesn't believe.
Even you wash your hands.
I wash my hands. I do wash my hand, but I just said there is an irony behind. So it means this is very important. This is an opportunity for us to pass this information to our younger generation, at least to still. Wash their hands before they eat.
So what can you say about sanitation?
Yes,
because water goes with it.
Yeah, for sure, water goes with it. Sanitation, but unfortunately, African countries, is not the same thing like in Europe or United States, because as my friends, Letty have just explained it, in Africa we usually, or sometimes we forget the matter of washing our hands before eating and all those things. Even drinking is like you can go, you sit, you can buy, on the roads, you buy biscuits and all those things. You don't have the time to wash your hands. That's mean you ignore it or you don't give an importance, to water.
Yes, it's not only about washing hands, but it's the manners of hygiene. Globally, it's hygiene. It's not because, first of all, you want to eat, you wash. But it's not only on that part. Like, for example, if you fetch some water somewhere on the public fountains and you go home, you can just, you can just try to filter it before you use it, because we don't know where the waters are coming from. Our grounds are very polluted and we don't know what to do. So it's not about only washing hands, but practicing hygiene manners in general.
Well, somebody told me the best water to use in Togo, if you are doubting, is the TDW water.
Yeah, of course. Many people, many people usually tell it.
If you are doubting about the pure water and all those things, just go to your bowl, your pipe and fetch water.
For more assurance.
Yes, for more
Even
assurance.
the drillings are no more
Yes,
pure
they are more
nowadays.
of quality.
The drillings are no more
anyway,
pure
that's why
nowadays.
we are here, and especially to support the United Nations to promote the
the quality of water in
drinkable
our localities. Yes. So when you go to the boreholes and all those things, we have to take good care of them. Now, we are getting to the end of the program. We don't have much time, but I will give you a few seconds to say something to the viewers about water.
Yeah. Thank you once again for this topic you brought. It's very interesting, and viewers also can take this in practice. Use the general hygiene as my friend Dorian has just said it. So we need to use the water properly. Use the water properly. Everything and also help others with water, because when you're walking, someone can can see you and ask you that, please, can you give me water, or give me 25, I want to drink water with this. So we don't need to to refuse. We have just to make the action and give to the person, in order to get water to drink. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. Yes, Doreen?
Thank you, sir. I want to say that water is very vital for our life. So let us work collectively. It's not for the government alone, but let us work collectively to provide this free access to water to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Wally.
Everything has been already said concerning all council possibles. But actually, you just said you brought the topic. No, the topic brought itself.
Yes.
But the point I just want to make is very important, because you said this should be an awareness. Towards the UN, because I see that we shouldn't only be limited or waiting for the 22nd of March in order to be celebrating water in the world. We should always. This is a general problem. We should always continue with that. We should always limit ourselves to the 22nd alone, because this is how the UN projects are, which is not normally good. We have to reinforce NGOs and institutions to be working even beyond the 22nd of December, so that in the coming of years we should be having good results. Because always the statistics that we have as far as water sanitation is concerned is very worst, which is not nice.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have with me Doreen. Thank you very much, Dennis. And Wally, I hope to see you again. Next
Definitely.
time on a very nice topic like this.
Thank you, sir.
Well, viewers, we've come to the end of today's program. I hope to be with you again next Saturday. Have a nice weekend.